Okay, today what I want to talk about is something that's not spoken a lot about in an awakening. Um, a lot of people would like to talk about, the bliss and the awareness and all of that. And, that is definitely a really cool thing that happens, in the many different stages of an awakening. And that's something, if anybody has interest, I can talk about that later. But one of the big things I want to talk about in the awakening that shocked me in there, and I want to try to see if I can make some sense of it, is what's going to happen to your body. Okay, when you're in an awakening, you're going to get, bliss states. You're going to get different types of messages and downloads, and depending on where you are or in your particular set of gifts, you may have awareness, you may feel other people's feelings, you may feel connected to people, you may have intuition. You're going to have all these different things start to crop up. And some of them are going to trigger you, okay? And trigger, I mean, they're going to challenge your belief systems. You may even feel a little crazy, and you're not crazy. Plus, trust me, you're not crazy. But with all of that, one of the bigger things is happening is your body is actually going to change, okay? Your friends are going to start to see it. I lost 25 pounds in a very short amount of time. And I'm going to try to put this in a context for you that sits within, this three-dimensional world. And, lives a little bit within science, okay? And with that, what we're learning about our body right now in this time, in this age right now, is that, we think that our head has all the neurons. And that's not really true. Our whole gut system, biome system, has as many neurons down there, as what's in your cranium. I think that's been known now for about 20, 30 years, but we're really now starting to understand it. And your heart has its own set of neurons. And so now you have different parts of the body that have consciousness. Okay, and this has been known in Chinese medicine for a long time. For me, it was a relatively new discovery when my folks told me, but your body stores memories. Okay, that's, it's not just in your head, your body stores memories, and it usually stores memories as emotion. Okay, your emotions are actually the true language and true thought of your system. We can get into that another time. Well, what happens is, as you go through your awakening, part of your awakening journey is to get rid of the trauma in your system. So this could be old belief systems. This could be actual perceived negative things that happened, like maybe you lived in a war zone. Maybe you received too many spankings. Maybe you had a really dysfunctional childhood, or dysfunctional parents, or maybe you only had one parent. All these, by the way, are okay. You're supposed to have that, because in your awakening and in this life, your job is to overcome those things. Okay, to journey into yourself and figure out, how to have this transformational piece. Okay, no story in history is without transformation. All right? Every story that you ever will be told has transformation. And in that transformation, you're going to be releasing old thoughts, old memories. And that's going to happen inside your vehicle, inside your body. Okay? And depending on how fast that happens, this is the piece that people don't tell you, is that your body is going to change, okay? And some of that change is going to happen so quickly that it may not be able to keep up, okay? So for the folks out there that believe they don't need medicine because they're going through an awakening, get over that, okay? There are things, you have to have discernment on what you should and shouldn't do. But as you go through in a spiritual awakening, it's critical to be checking in with the doctor, okay? To be finding out what's going on. And I'll give you my history here. So when I went through my awakening, a lot of things happened really, really fast. I mean, I was supposed to wake up and come into a lot of these abilities really fast. I mean, this happened in less than 9 months, and that is a huge amount of change. But this is what I wanted, or at least what my soul wanted. And so consequently, I ended up starting to get this pain in my left side underneath my rib cage in the back. All right, and different parts of your body work around your chakra systems and hold different emotional components of you. And in my case, it was my kidneys. My kidneys were holding a lot of fear. Okay, fear from my childhood, fear from what was actually happening, fear from releasing the negative stuff that was holding me back. Okay, and consequently, I had a blockage in my kidney that showed up, and I had to have surgery. Okay, and you're like, oh yeah, Dan, that's just you. No, I've had people that, have had stomach issues. I've had people that have had heart issues. I've had people that had throat issues. Okay, and so it's so important to monitor that. And you may not have to do anything with it other than be aware and be present of it. Or you may have to go on medication for a short time. Or you may have to actually have some kind of intervention done. But it's so important that you have that medical support and that awareness as you go through this. This is the piece that I don't talk about. And if you don't have any of that happen to you, amazing, it's great. Okay, but a little bit of prevention goes so long. And I was so glad that my guides told me about that, and that I was aware, and I wasn't sitting in denial like nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong. Okay, and it's not that it's wrong, it's just release. And there's this part of your journey to love yourself enough to go in, and get it taken care of, so you can continue to go through this journey. Okay, because that's what you're here to do. To go be the highest part of you, to be who you really are. All right, we'll talk more about that later. So go see your doctor and just go check in. That's all. It doesn't hurt you at all. Go check in and take care of yourself. Love you. Talk to you soon.